Hello, I am Diana Hernandez, Communication Assistant for the City of Enid, and with me is Assistant City Manager Scott Morris. Thank you, Scott, for being on.
Glad to be on as usual.
Another city update. And all right, let's jump into some really interesting stuff here. The Thanksgiving holiday trash schedule. Some people were a little confused. Now, if your trash day fell on Thursday, which was Thanksgiving, when is your pickup?
Well, last week during Thanksgiving, what they did, they went ahead and picked up the trash on Monday last week, and then today they'll be picking up the Thursday trash route to make up for not picking it up on Thursday, and then they'll go ahead and get it again this Thursday just as the regular trash day and move forward on Thursdays from then on. So that's what's happening with the trash route.
Okay, awesome. Now there is a scheduled water outage for the following streets. So 11th Street, Pine Avenue to Randolph Avenue. Also the area of 16th Street, Cypress Avenue to Randolph Avenue. This is to make a new water line connection. So water will be restored, weather permitting, by 4 p.m. today. And next thing going on is city temporarily suspends in-person court appearance. This was a press release that was released last week, and as you can see the details here. Now you will be contacted if you had to appear in court. You can still make payments by mail, Dropbox, or online, and until further notice that they will be closed, correct?
Yeah, and I would look for an update on this soon. Hopefully that we can get back to in-person court appearances and having more help there at the court clerk's office. So look for an update on that soon.
Awesome. Now, fun thing that happened this Saturday was the Christmas in the park. Now, were you able to go?
No, I was not able to go, but I did get a phone call from some friends of mine that went and said that it was well attended and that our staff did an outstanding job of being friendly and courteous and just giving, helping people to spread that Christmas cheer. And so I know, I just want to invite everyone to go back out there. There's still 3 more weekends coming up where you can drive through and see Santa and Mrs. Claus and all of the other characters that are out there and see all of the lights around Meadow Lake. And so go on out there. It'll be open again this weekend.
Awesome. It was really neat. So I did have the privilege of going through it, so it was really nice. Kudos to Parks and Recreation. They did a fantastic job.
For sure.
Now, another fun thing that happened Friday was light up the plains with our new ice rinks. It was a really neat treat. Now, have you been on the ice rink yet?
I haven't been on the ice rink yet. I really want to go. I'm planning on going. I'm taking both my kids and going out there and trying it out, but I haven't tried it yet. Looking forward to it, though. It's a really exciting thing that we're doing in our community. There's a few elves, it looks like, that have been out there on the ice, so, but I haven't been out there yet, but I'm looking forward to it.
All right, so let's jump into some community concerns. One would be vying for office. Now, the Ward 3, Ward 4, and Ward 6 are offices that will be available for individuals that would like to run for these positions. Now, there is a space where you can apply for it December the 7th through the 9th by 5 p.m. Is that correct?
That's correct, the 7th through the 9th.
Okay, awesome. So there are some informations, and we're pulling it up right now. Now you can find this information on our City of Enid Government Oklahoma page, or you can contact us, and we'll be more than happy to help you through this process. All right, now the next tricky thing will be Cogsdale. Now Cogsdale is a really neat feature that's going to be upgrading our utility service system. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Sure. We are kind of in the background. People don't think about these types of things, but the software that we use for our utility billing and all of those services, we've had that for almost 20 years, that software, and so it's time for an upgrade. We're going to be changing to a company called Cogsdale. But anytime you do that, you've got to transfer all of this information that you've had from one software company to another, and that's going to be happening this weekend, and that's going to change several things for people. One of them will be that this Friday our city clerk's office will probably close around 3 o'clock. They'll close a few hours early so that they can finish up all their payment batches and tie a nice bow on our old system so that at 5 o'clock we can shut it down and transfer all that information over to Cogsdale, the new system. So people from our IT department and from the Cogsdale IT department will be working all weekend transferring all that data and going live with a completely new billing system. So what that also means is that on Monday, December 7th, we're going to need to shut down utility services and court clerk. So both of those will be closed for the day. There will be a phone number to call on utility services if you needed your water to be turned back on if it was shut off. There will be a way that you can do that, but we just won't be able to do a lot of the normal things we would because we'll still be setting everything up that transferred over during the weekend. And on Tuesday, December 8th, we should go live and ready to go with all of our regular functions. So, and for the court clerk, that means that on Monday, December 7th, they will not take any payments at all. And so if you have business to do, if you've got payments to make on your utilities or any other thing that you might need city clerk for, I encourage everyone this week to try to get that done Monday through Thursday and Friday before 3 o'clock, and because we will be shut down on December 7th next Monday and then open back up on the 8th for
Awesome.
Regular business.
Thank you. Okay, next thing is the commission meeting, the study session, the commission meeting. Now, what is on the agenda for the study session tomorrow?
Let me go back to one more thing that I missed.
Oh, that's right.
On the whole Cogsdale thing.
Okay.
There's also a way that people make their utility payments online. A lot of people use a third-party vendor that we have called Express Bill Pay.
Right. That's right.
And Express Bill Pay will not be taking payments for that after Thursday as well next week.
That's correct.
And so we will be putting out messages. We will be sending out a press release just reminding people of all of these things. With Cogsdale will come a different third-party vendor to make your online payments that's actually live with the billing system instead of something where we have to post batches and wait for it to recognize that a payment's been made. So it will be a much better piece of technology, but it's just there are going to be some interruptions at the end of next week, at the end of this week and at the beginning of next week, and so try to be patient with us through that. Again, try to get your business done this week if you can, and we'll do our best to help you out next week.
Awesome.
So on to the study session.
That's right.
Okay, let me check out what we've got on the study session. It's going to be a busy meeting tomorrow night. On our study session, the first thing up is to discuss the current COVID-19 situation. There's a lot going on with COVID-19. The numbers that we've had of people in Enid and Garfield County have more than doubled in the last few weeks, and so there is definitely an uptick of people that have gotten the virus, and the mayor and commissioners are going to be discussing some possible mask mandate that they might put out. And so I've got a copy. There's going to be at least 2 versions for them to consider, and I've got one of them in my hand here. And I'll just read through Section 3 where it really talks about, says face coverings required. Section A says, every person shall wear a face covering consistent with CDC guidelines in any indoor location. This requirement does not apply to Vance Air Force Base, Garfield County Courthouse, school buildings, religious institutions, and hospitals. So I believe the intent there was, hey, Vance, the courthouse, school, churches, and hospitals, most of them are already doing their own thing or have the ability to make their own rules and make their own restrictions on that if they choose to. So there are some exceptions. I'll read through these exceptions, and there's not much to this. This is a very short proclamation. Exceptions would be children under 5 years old, persons communicating with a person with a disability when a mask would impede the disabled person understanding, persons who are eating or drinking, persons in their own homes or homes of companions or family members, persons receiving personal care that requires masks not to be worn, a person working in an office alone with the door shut, Persons exercising or engaging in sports while maintaining social distancing where proper measures are in place for sanitizing surfaces. Public safety personnel, persons whose occupation does not allow the wearing of a mask, and persons for whom a mask would impair an existing health condition, with developmental disabilities, and persons with a disability that makes masks impractical. So those are the exceptions. And then the last section is enforcement. And it says there is no specific penalty for violation of this requirement. However, persons refusing to wear a face mask covering may be subject to prosecution for trespassing, disturbing the peace, disorderly conduct, or any similar offense. So that's one version that the mayor and commissioners will consider. The other version will likely have a different enforcement. This one, there aren't really tickets that will be written, but the police department would respond to people who are trespassing or disturbing the peace. The other one may have fines involved to consider. So those are probably a couple of versions that the mayor and commissioners will hear tomorrow night at the study session. So the study session is at the Stride Bank Center at 5 p.m. And so I'm sure there's a number of people who would like to be there in person and discuss the item and maybe sign up to speak. So we're prepared for that. The second thing is an update on the ice storm cleanup. So we put out a request for bids recently, and last week we had those bids come in. We took a look at them, ranked each person that came up with a proposal, and we hired a group called TFR. And tomorrow, actually this afternoon at 3:30, we have a kickoff meeting with them, and we should start to see big trucks in Enid tomorrow morning again, picking up debris from the ice storm. So that's really good. This department will be updating the public as to where these neighborhoods and zones where people can expect to see the trucks. And so we'll put together a plan and we'll communicate that to the public so you can see where limb pickup is going to be. But we're going to send them through the entire city. So don't worry if your limbs haven't been picked up yet. Part of the request for proposal was that whoever we picked, we're basically giving them 30 days to pick up to 85% of all the brush in Enid. So by the new year, we should have Enid looking much, much better. We realize that we can't do this all on our own, and we needed help. So this is a very big company that's coming in and going to help us. And then the final thing on the study session is a legislative update by Kurt Rogo. So he will come in and talk to us about all the different things at the state level, different bills that are coming up, maybe some things at the national level that have to do with the city of Enid, and kind of give us an update as to those things. And that's pretty much it for the study session.
Okay. And what is on the agenda for the commission meeting?
Let's see here. We've got on the administration, we've been talking a while about the Caw Lake project, and we've been talking about our construction manager at risk contractor Garney, and they have at the last meeting shown us a proposal to do all of the construction for Caw Pipeline in the amount of $243,358,000 and some change. And so that will be on the administration part of the study of the meeting, and basically we'll be saying, hey, we're going to accept this this proposal and move forward so that we can get the other loan that we need, and come back later and award the construction contract. So this is accepting the actual GMP. I need to say that guaranteed maximum price. So it's $243 million. So that's another great thing that the city did is, instead of finding out that it's going to cost way more than our budget, we took this different approach. And it has added some time to this project, but now we know what the final cost is. Right. It's not going to be more than this, so we kind of bought ourselves a little hedge of protection there. Then there's a couple of condemnations on some property for Caw Lake that are coming up, and then there is $20 million engineering contract for Caw Lake that's on there as the phase 4 for Caw Lake. And let's see what else is on there. It looks like the fire department's buying another truck. They were going to have one truck. Now they're buying a second truck at the same price they bought the first one for, and that'll be on there. And we are also In 4.6, it looks like we are going to be asking the we're going to be asking for a $205 million loan, and so we're getting the authorization together so that we can proceed with that loan closing coming up here in a few weeks on December 15th, I believe. And then we have consent items, one of which is a new Enid flag. So we talked about that one at the meeting a few weeks ago. What a great opportunity to show some identity for our city, just an extra symbol that kind of goes along with our branding that we have. And it'll be something that the community members can, if they want to use the flag and make a coffee mug or buy some merchandise from Visit Enid, they'll be able to do that. So that's going to be an exciting thing. Let's see here. That's about it on the consent items. I guess I skipped right over there. Before the consent, they will talk about the mask coverings for COVID-19. So that will be on there. They will be considering one of those options that I was discussing earlier. I don't know how I read right over that, but they will be talking about that and possibly voting on and making a decision for that. And then that's about it. There's some claims and some other things, but that's about it for the meeting. 6:30, Stride Center tomorrow night.
Thank you. Thank you, Scott, for that. And I'll go ahead and jump into public health. So the numbers for COVID-19 for Garfield County and for Enid. So total confirmed cases for COVID-19 in Garfield County, 3,914. Deaths related to COVID-19 in Garfield County, 37. Recovered from COVID-19 in Garfield County, 3,185. Active cases of COVID-19 in Garfield County is 692. Now for Enid, total confirmed cases of COVID-19 is 3,549. Deaths related to COVID-19 is 35. Recovered from COVID-19 in Enid, 2,887. Active cases of COVID-19 in Enid, 627. And before we close out, would you like to share any thoughts?
Well, it's obviously not going the way that we want it to go. It's more than doubled in a few weeks. I thought we were headed the right way, and I think we'll get there. I don't know how long it's going to be before we start going in the right direction, and I just encourage everyone to try to be safe and try to have some physical distance when you can, and I guess that's it. So be safe out there, Enid.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Same time, same place next Monday, which is going to be Monday's City Management Update at 1:30. And as always, stay safe. Thank you.